Hello everyone, my name is Matthew. You're welcome to my channel. Before I start, I would like to thank you very much for being here. I would like to thank you very much for being part of this process. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this channel. I really do appreciate you. A couple of months ago, I did a video about random issues in Nigeria. I went through some issues that were current and past issues that are still very relevant in Nigeria today. Today, I'm going to do almost the same thing, but I'm going to use a video about a former minister, I think a former minister of agriculture in Nigeria, and what he said also collaborates or also confirm what I did a couple of months ago. I will play the video and then we'll talk. Okay? Once again, welcome to my channel. Please listen to the last sentence this man made in this video, and then you will know exactly what we are talking about.
The tragedy of Nigeria began in 1986 when we did the structural adjustment program. When we were persuaded to devalue our currency every week for 32 years. When I went to school, and many of you are here, the Naira was $1.50. The Naira was almost £1 sterling. They came here, persuaded some brilliant men from Harvard and the World Bank that weekly devaluation was wonderful. 32 years of devaluing your currency until we hit 527. And they were still telling us that the Naira was still overvalued. That brought poverty, misery upon us. Then interest rates went to 30%. So nobody could build a factory, start a farm, produce anything, or create jobs. Because every time you bring in a shipload of rice, you also bring in a shipload of unemployment. Because you are transferring your wealth to sustain other economies. Somehow, Nigerians didn't notice it. So we became a nation of importers. Toothpicks. Each year it cost us $18 million. Importing toothpicks. Tomato paste, $400 million. So you talked about tomatoes now. One basket in town now is less than 2,000 naira. The farmers are losing money because the processors don't have enough funds to set up factories. They are going to do tomato paste. It's food-grade stainless steel. You can't just use anything because you'll be putting poison in people's stomachs. 2 factories have started off. I believe by the middle of next year, we can comfortably tell importers of tomato paste to stop. But when you do, you make enemies. Even the rice we're trying to reduce, we have enemies. Heavy enemies. People who can kill if they have a chance. Because you're spoiling their business. And let nobody take it lightly. These guys have seized this country's economy, they've taken it, and they have no intention of giving up. Because this is a huge market, a very sweet market, and they have taken control. And I'm saying it because I have been in this business for 41 years and I can tell you some history. Abdullah Adamu is here. Import, milk, sugar, toothpicks, toothpaste, handkerchiefs, pencils, we don't make. To cure Nigerians of that malady will take a while. It will take a strong government. That's the truth. And they are not happy that we're cutting down. When we cut down, they lose money there. So you see all sorts of publications. We're telling lies. We're not growing rice. We're trying to demoralize the local farmers and make sure that the economy fails. That's the story of imports. Now, I read a story recently in the newspapers. The French ambassador, the champagne ambassador in Nigeria, gave an article to The Guardian. He said Nigerians love life. We are the biggest consumers of champagne on planet Earth. More than the French who make it. There are parties you attend in some places where they only drink champagne. Of course, the individual is free to spend his money. But his money comes from Nigeria's commonwealth. So on imports, it will take a while for us to get used to local goods and accept that we should consume what we produce and produce what we want to consume. I take your point. We have to take stern measures to cut down on imports because these young boys and girls who have no jobs today are not going to allow us to carry on enjoying life at their expense. They need jobs. They need jobs. They are children. They've graduated, they've come back home to begin a second childhood because there's no factory to employ them. And the ministries can't take anymore. But somebody is making sure you fail when you want to produce at home.
Welcome back. If you look at this video and listen to what this man said, everything this man said was said, I think, in a panel, but it proves to a large extent the problems we have in Nigeria, how bad they are. The consequences of what we did earlier on in 1980s are still very, very much relevant today. And that is part of the problems we're still having in Nigeria today. In that video that I did, Random Issues About Nigeria, I talked about the structural adjustment program, and that is exactly what this man meant. Our currency was devalued just to meet the conditions that were set by the International Monetary Fund. The devaluation of the Naira is what we are still suffering up to this very point. And the funny thing about it is, even though the Naira has been devalued, we are not getting the benefit. That is the irony of it, because the first reason they gave for devaluation of Naira is that at least we will be able to value what we have, and we'll be able to produce at least what we need. But that has not been the case. The Naira today is so useless that even a British pound today is about 600 Naira, which is just a joke. What this man was also saying was about our mentality. The mentality of the average Nigerian is everything that is foreign is better than what we are producing at home, which is just not true. I give an example. A couple of years ago, I was in Nigeria and I was trying to buy from a local trader something to take back to Germany. I just wanted to buy something like the undermade garment. Americans call it tank top or wife beater. In Nigeria, we call it singlet, the undershirt that men wear. I was going to buy from this young man, and I said, I don't want to buy anything foreign because he had some that there was written on it, made in China. And I told him, I don't want anything foreign. I just want anything that was made in Nigeria. What he told me was baffling. He told me that the Nigerian singlet that he was selling is not good, that I should rather buy the one that was from India. And I took both of them. I said, why? What is wrong with the Nigerian version of this? And he told me that the Nigerian version was not good. And like he said, it was Igbo made. And I was baffled. I said, okay, but I want to buy this Nigerian made. And he gave it to me reluctantly. But that thing lasted, at least when I used it, it lasted a long time. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to change our mentality of the way that we use. We have to change the mentality of the way that we see things that are made in Nigeria. Nigerian goods are good. There is hardly anything that Nigerians can't make or produce. And if you look at the intellectual part of it, every profession in the world has at least, the top 10 professions in the world had at least one Nigerian. That is a fact. For example, we don't have nuclear energy. We don't have nuclear energy in Nigeria. But I bet you, if you take the top 10 nuclear scientists in the world, at least one of them will be a Nigerian. That is how dynamic we are. But I don't really know what the problem is. Once these people get to Nigeria, when they are abroad, they strive, they do very, very good things. But as soon as they come back to Nigeria, I don't know, the mentality just changes. It changes our mind, it changes the atmosphere, it changes everything that we do. And like this man was saying, we even import toothpick. And this is what I was trying to say in one of my videos too, that that's the paradox in Nigeria. We have very learned people, but we let illiterates to rule over us. And don't forget, like the issue of the toothpick. These are things that we produce. 100% material that is being used to produce a toothpick is wood. And we have this wood in Nigeria. So why do we have to export this wood outside, produce toothpick, and bring it back to Nigeria to sell? It just doesn't make sense. We have cocoa, we export it, and then we import chocolate. It is crazy. We have crude oil, we export it, it's refined abroad, and when they bring it back to us, we buy it as fuel. But we cannot refine it in our own refinery, even though we have refineries that were functioning, that was functioning in the 70s or in the 80s. But somehow the two refineries that are in Nigeria, they just folded up, and for the Nigerian mentality or the Nigerian government, it's easier or cheaper to export crude oil outside of Nigeria, refine it, and bring it back to sell inside Nigeria. That's one of the height of stupidity. It just doesn't make sense.
But somebody is making sure you fail when you want to produce at home.
Wow, that is crazy. We are really at a crossroad in Nigeria, but I believe that if we put our brains together, if we put everything that we have been blessed with, the human and the natural resources that we have been blessed with, if we can put this together, Nigeria will go a long way. We have so many potentials in Nigeria. What we need is a strong leadership, as somebody that can, not just somebody, but that a group of people that can be elected, that can show us the right direction. We know what to do. But the problem is because we keep electing and bringing in not only illiterate people, but people that are only, first of all, concerned with their own personal gain, we are not going anywhere. We are taking 4 steps forward and 10 steps backward. And that is not progression. That is being retrogressive. And that is what we have to stop. That mentality is what we have to stop in Nigeria. We've come to the end of this video today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I appreciate you being here. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.